Hello.
Hi, Joe.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good, thanks, and you?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. Finally, we managed to catch up. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Well, we've all got a rum and coke in our hands.
Oh, have you? Well, I've got some wine in my hand, so I'll cheers you now.
Well, cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. So tell me, you're at a band meeting tonight then, are you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's loosely in that band. We're mainly drinking rum and potentially getting in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is it round someone's house? Whose house is that at, and where's my invite?
You're welcome. Where do you live?
I live in Stoke. It's a bit far. I think the hot tub would have dried up by then. Yeah. So tell me, you've all been away then, have you? Who went to Spain?
No one went to Spain.
I went to Greece. Yeah.
Oh, were you in Greece?
I was in Greece, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I was close.
I was in Cyprus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cyprus. Yeah, there you go. Close.
I was in sunny Devon myself.
Yeah, I saw your camper van. It looks pretty cool, that thing does.
It is. It's an absolute banger, is our Betty.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Betty?
Okay.
Simon went to Margate. Well, actually, he lives in Margate.
Margate? That's where all the old people go, innit?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, have you met Simon?
Simon came here on a trolley.
Oh, actually, I'm being informed it's rich people that go to Margate. Right.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me then. I know we've spoke loosely and we've tried to catch up. Obviously, I've not managed to catch you in person because are you playing any shows up this way anytime soon in the Midlands or?
It's something we've been working on.
Okay.
This year was a bit difficult, as you know, with a lot of bands. We're all fighting for, not a lot of venues, and there's loads of bands out there all fighting for the same spots.
Well, we've been talking about it. We'd love to get up there, man. So yeah, give us a hand. We'll come up.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Have you haven't played any festivals this year then?
Yeah, we've done a few.
Have you? What have you done?
So we just did a New Day festival last weekend, which is
Okay.
down in Fulham. It's in this place called Mount Ephraim Gardens, which is this beautiful kind of stately home with amazing gardens and just a really cool little festival.
Yeah.
2 stages, a few thousand people.
Nice.
Music fans.
Yeah.
A nice mixture of legacy acts and new acts. And
Nice vibe.
yeah, really. It's such a cool little festival.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone with a bad word to say about it, and they look after you really well, and it was a blast. It was loads of fun.
That's really nice to hear. We went to a similar one called Firestorm this year in Manchester. Well, it was in Stockport. It was great.
Yeah.
Same kind of vibe. Initially, I was a bit hesitant because obviously it only came up in February, March time, and then I managed to get a guest list and then got press for my podcast. So it was really good, and it was my birthday weekend as well, which
Lovely.
was pretty cool.
No wonder we didn't hear from you for a few days.
Yeah. I was KO'd. I was first night I was face down on the grass verge. Second night I was face down in a haystack. Yeah.
Did another one called Alfred Rock and Blues, which was loads of fun.
Oh, nice.
And then a Blue Reef Festival, which was a kind of last minute one that we hadn't heard of, but it was loads of fun. So we got 3 nice festivals in this year, and it's quite tricky this year because, as you know, the last 2 years have been kind of rolled over from the previous 2.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully next year we'll be on a few more.
Yeah, nice. Well, I'll try and help you wherever I can, And the whole idea of this podcast is kind of to get fans to know you for you because, they hear your music, but they don't actually interact with the bands. And it could be months and months and months before they even meet you. So, anything I can do to help you out, I'm willing to do. And that's why I do what I do, because I just think that, I'm trying to find the thickest band, basically.
Here we are.
Well, I don't think so. There's a few on my radar that I haven't even interviewed yet, guys.
Because actually, either way, you found us.
No, I think you're going to be all right, I've got high hopes for you guys.
Oh, thanks. The circumference.
The circumference.
And we were just saying, actually, that it's nice to be asked some different questions rather than just the same questions every time.
Yeah, a lot of bands have said that. So I've done about 6-7 festivals this year, and it was only until Savfest at the Victoria's Biker Bar that I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this podcast. I dreamt about it, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to buy the stuff, I'm just going to do it. And the bands have said how refreshing it is to just be asked, like, stuff away from the norm, you know, give you the platform and to be you. Because I don't want to know what's track 5 off album 2. I really don't care. Well, I do, but I don't, if you know what I mean. Like, people don't want to know that. They want to get down to the nitty-gritty. They want to know why you're called what you're called. They want to know what makes you tick. They want to know funny things about you. Things that normally you only get to read in a magazine.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
No one wants to read about it.
And that's the thing these days, is like when we were all younger, I mean, for some of us, that was a long time ago. I mean, for me, I can still remember it. You three, however.
Hey!
Back in the mist of time.
Yeah, back in the mist of time.
But when I started loving music and reading magazines, you'd always find that kind of interesting interview. Like, sometimes it'd be just a silly interview with loads of ridiculous questions, or it would be just a serious interview but interesting questions, proper music journalism, which has just kind of disappeared, really. So I think the podcast is a really nice way of getting it out there.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear, you know, but that's exactly the route I want to go down. And I want people, you know, whether they're on the toilet reading or listening to this, I know for a fact, right, I work in the operating theatres, okay, and one of the reps said to me just as he was leaving, he said, do you do a podcast, I hear? I said, yeah. And he was going to go in his car, and he's got like a 2-hour commute, and he was going to listen to it on route home, which is quite nice. And, it's new fans at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, right, without further ado, I've got a few questions I want to ask you guys as well. So, I know you touched on this, Damo, about why you call Big River.
The band name, Big River. So we... 6 years ago, when we were first formed, it's always a hard one when you're in a band to actually get a band name. And so we go through. I think we was at a rehearsal, probably about our 5 or 6 rehearsal, wondering what to call ourselves, and we just decided, to sort of just throw out song titles and things like that. And then we were sort of saying, well, let's go by location. We're from Kent. Can we do anything? We're blues rockers from Kent. Can we do anything with the location? And what we actually did was we realised that everywhere we rehearsed was next to a river. So one place we rehearsed was near the River Medway. Our main base, which is Leo's Red Lion, which is a venue you no doubt would have heard of, Leo's Red Lion in Gravesend. That was our main, and still is our main rehearsal room that we use. We use the big hall in there for our live rehearsals, and it's right next to the River Thames. So somehow we came up with the band name Big River, because we rehearsed next to a big river. And then when you put that together with our cattle skull logo, it just looks quite blues rocky, southern rock, and the whole name and the logo all tied together. So that's how the name Big River came about.
But if you could each give a member of the band a superpower, what would it be?
I think we've already got them.
To be honest, I think
lightning fingers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think it would actually be an unfair advantage to give me any more than I've already got.
Oh, I see.
I think I've already got hair from the god.
You got the hair. You got the god's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlimited flatulence.
Yeah.
I've got that already. Yeah, that's right.
So you're not really in a hot tub, you're in a paddling pool then, yeah? You're just letting off a few bubbles.
Are you snooping over the fence?
Listen, I'm behind you, so be careful.
I wouldn't be behind this, Bobby.
Oh, yeah, well, I've had to keep a wide berth, you see.
You're going to get a tan.
Yeah.
Superpowers.
Well, I thought about this earlier, because Adam has, no doubt you've seen the photographs, Adam has got wondrous, luxurious hair.
Yeah, you're a very good-looking band, I'll tell you.
Yeah, bands.
Yeah. I mean, she's been alive. She's been...
So with his hair, I think he needs to have a superpower with his hair, and I gave this some thought earlier, so I had a bit of time on my hands. And I think he should have some sort of electrified hair.
Yeah.
That would do serious damage to people with one flick of his hair.
Lightsaber hair.
Lightsaber hair.
Yeah, like Edward Scissorhands, but like when you spin your hair, it just like slits their face or something.
I think that is just such an amazing idea. Thank you very much.
I mean, and it's not a superpower, but I'd settle for Joe being able to count to more than 2. Right, that'd be nice.
I think you really are pushing it.
I mean, yeah, I know. But come on,
That's ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous, but we're really talking about like reach for the stars.
It's got to be in the realms of possibilities.
But it's not his fault though if he's only got 2 fingers. How can he count to more than 2 if he's only got 2 fingers?
Yeah, 2 fingers up all the time.
Lobster boy.
Funny. Right, moving on then. So, if music wasn't an option, say tomorrow music was taken away and you couldn't do that, it's not a choice, what would be a perfect job?
Oh, that is
Perfect job.
Yep.
Well, Damo said, we were talking about it earlier, Damo said cross-dressing.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's more of a hobby.
Hobby, you're right, yeah.
That's just weekends.
Pastime.
Well, I've got a whole bag of clothes here, Damo, that don't fit me, so if you want them, you're more than welcome to have them.
They won't fit me.
I love cooking, actually, to be almost serious. Cool. I often think that I kind of discovered cooking when I was in my late teens, early 20s. And I often think that if I'd found that earlier, I might have taken that up.
What's your favourite dish?
What's my favourite dish?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like doing... I love potatoes. I love making fondant potatoes and that kind of
Bangers and mash, isn't it?
What is this bangers and mash you speak of?
Pot noodle.
So maybe like fondant potatoes with some
Sausages?
like a stuffed chicken breast packed in bacon with some asparagus or something like that.
That's really nice, you know. I've got my boyfriend literally to the right of me and he's nodding his head because he loves cooking. He's just made me some Mexican food. I live off pasta and sauce normally and super noodles. So the fact that he's here means I can have a nice meal.
What's your boyfriend's name?
It's called Tom.
We like Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom rocks.
Tom's a cool guy.
Tom rocks.
Right. If he's keeping you off pasta and sauce and soup,
Yeah.
he's doing something right.
Absolutely. That'll resume when he goes home. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Anything?
I think I'd probably like to do like wildlife photography or something like that.
Nice. That's
Get
nice.
animals, like photograph.
What's your favourite animal?
I like stuff in the sea, to be honest, like whales and
Semen.
Seaman, yeah. Those sperm whales are amazing, you know.
Sailors. You paused too long, Joe. You paused too long. I can't believe I paused that long. There's an obvious semen joke. Come on.
Anywho. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Simon, what were you saying?
No, you've lost me now.
Yeah.
So right, okay, fine then. Moving on. We'll forget about that one unless you've got anything to add on.
I'm going to stay quiet at that point.
Yeah.
But Simon's default answer is normally always the Spice Girls. So
Spice Girls, yeah.
But then music's not an option, is it?
No, music's not an option. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a band or in person, whatever you want to tell me, what are your most embarrassing moments? What have you done that's funny?
Do you know, we were talking about this beforehand, and I'm going to have to substitute myself out because I haven't been embarrassed since I was a child. I'm incapable of embarrassment. So I'm going to sub myself out and let the Jeds take over on this one.
It makes me laugh. I don't know.
Well, God. To be honest, I couldn't think of a particularly embarrassing.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, maybe it's on my play. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I've got so many.
Go on, go on.
Narrow it down to your top 12.
Shall I do the meringues?
Yeah, the meringues.
The meringues.
Yeah, come on, I want to hear about these meringues.
Go out on air.
Yeah, it is.
You're in it now, so just hurry up.
You're meringue deep.
Everyone's going to know the story. Well, as you know, we sort of mentioned a few times that we like a bit of rum. When I drink rum, I get to a certain point where I get a bit silly. I can drink it for a long time and it takes over my brain. One night I was drinking it indoors with my wife. She was feeling a bit poorly, so she fell asleep on the sofa. I carried on drinking the rum, and then she woke up sometime later to see me dancing in front of her twerking, with some mini meringues inserted between my bum cheeks.
That's excellent, that is. I feel like you should recreate that photo, you know. I need that photo recreated.
It's a mental picture, isn't it?
What rum were you drinking to do that? What?
Those meringues were never the same again, were they?
My missus always says now, whenever I get the rum out, she's like, "Oh, hide the meringues."
So tell me then, what did you do to the meringues? Did you put them back in the cupboard?
Apparently, I'm going to say allegedly or apparently because I don't remember because I was so drunk, but I was saying to her, eat the meringues.
But she didn't.
No,
Oh,
she
you're
didn't.
joking me. I'm sure they'd have tasted even nicer then.
Well,
Not really, no.
nutty.
Yeah, nutty. So what rum were you drinking though to make you like that? What rum was it?
Heavy Meringues, of course, are in session and Six Music Tonight. With Steve
What rum was it though? Kraken, right? Well, so I know the guys from Kraken. Listen to me. I know the guys from Kraken. So if you send a photo of them meringues up your bum, I will see if Kraken can sponsor you. How's that?
Can we just clarify? It wasn't up his bum.
Oh.
Just slid between the cheeks.
So just being clipped.
Oh, right, okay, so it was like a meringue in a cheek kind of thing rather than tongue in cheek, yeah? I like it. That's cool.
I think we can move on because I don't think anyone's going to top that.
No, I think you've won that.
Yeah, you win.
You might not win the quiz, but you win the embarrassing moment, and that's good stuff, that is.
Yeah, I mean, cool for us, not so much for Damo, but, you know.
So, listening to your album, right, the tracks you sent me, there's a couple of artists in there that I can pick out from, like, musical style. So, who are your biggest musical influences when you come to making your music?
I think yours was Right Said Fred, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, that's visual. Not musical. Yeah.
And the only reason I ask is because everybody who listens, each comes up with their own.
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting is we all grew up listening to the wealth of amazing music and bands that came like long before us.
Uh-huh.
And what I mean, we'll definitely tell you some of our influences, but what I love about the way we write songs is we don't go into the writing process thinking, oh, let's write a classic rock song, or let's write a blues rock song, or let's write a southern rock song. We've got this really nice process that we've worked on together where someone will come with an idea, whether it be a riff or a melody or even a drum beat or whatever it might be. And then as a band, we'll knock around that idea and kind of beat it into shape until it suddenly almost like magically becomes a thing and a song. And it's only, and quite often it's only at that point when it's fully together that we then go, oh, do you know what? That's got a real southern vibe to it, or that's got a bit of this and a bit of that. So it's nice and, to use a poncy word, organic rather than kind of contrived. But in terms of the music I love Bad Company and Free. I love the real old school blues like Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, Sister Loretta Tharpe, stuff like that. So that's, I'm always coming from that kind of raw, rootsy side, I suppose, for me.
Yeah, I'll totally go with that. I think we're not aiming to make a particular sound, but it comes out the way it's supposed to come out, and there's sort of an intrinsic quality in that. I agree with Adam that we just love that kind of sound, and it inevitably comes out in the stuff that we love. And but it doesn't matter if I think that's what's nice about that crappy song you wrote with
the ukulele one. Yeah.
What's it called?
Do fuck off. No, don't hold out.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, whatever. And it's a throwaway song, obviously. But it's so different from everything else, but it kind of fits as well because it's got soul, it's got vibe, and that. Yeah.
That's my favourite song, you know.
No, it's shit.
You have very good taste.
I'm serious. So I put it on at work today, and somebody turned around and said, "Who's this? Is it Paolo Nutini?"
I'll take that. I'll take that.
He'll never get anywhere.
Honestly, they were like, they thought that it'd been out for months, and like they hadn't even heard of it. They thought it was a new release from Paolo Nutini.
Do you know what? It's really weird when I hear. I wrote that song just noodling around on the ukulele at home, just thinking it was kind of a nice, like plinky plonk garden.
A plinky plonk, yeah. But that's the best way.
As soon as we started playing it as a band, it suddenly kind of got this whole new life about it. Yeah. And even now, when I hear it, it's got something really nostalgic about it. But also, it's almost like it's always been there, and yet it's brand new as well.
It's got a timeless quality.
Yeah,
and particularly live, I think. And live,
it goes down so well live.
It's a lovely live song because it just brings a positive vibe, which is
absolutely. It's happy music, and I can really relate to that. You know, when you said about your ukulele though, C6 Steve, remember, he just noodled around on his, and then all of a sudden, bang, he becomes this massive, musician that everyone loves, and it's something to do with the ukulele. You can't go wrong with the ukulele.
I've been telling the boys that, but they haven't let me put it on another song yet.
Well, just because you can play the ukulele does not mean you can play guitar, though. So, just getting it out there.
Yeah, no,
Damo, what about you? Who are your influences?
Oh, well, all mine are the really obvious ones. So I'm sort of schooled on the old school guitarists like Jimmy Page.
Yeah, nice.
Richie Blackmore. But then I'm slightly more obscure ones like people like Tommy Bolin,
Okay.
who was in James Gang and Deep Purple when they replaced Richie Blackmore. But Paul Kossoff is probably my number one.
Yes.
Guitar hero who was in Free, and Mick Ralphs, who I'm a big fan of, was in guitarist in Bad Company. And then I'm into the Skinner stuff as well. I love Lynyrd Skynyrd, so I think that comes through in my playing.
Nice.
And I think that really plays to our... Because, I mean, we could, and have done many a time, speak all night about our different musical loves and influences. And I think that really is the key, that if there was just one, we would just be ripping them off.
Yeah.
But because it's all of them, you just play a little homage, and you just take a little element of this and a little bit of this. So like you said, when people listen to it, actually what they hear is the stuff they like within it.
Absolutely.
So, like, everyone will say something different, and that's because, that's the thing they like.
Yeah,
so they pick that out.
I agree.
You know when you were on about cooking, though, earlier, so it's a bit like that. Everyone can recreate a dish, but, you know, it's all individually. So someone will put, like, their own herbs in, someone will put something else in. Nobody will recreate the same dish at the end of the day.
And somehow, even if you do use exactly the same ingredients, it still tastes different.
Yeah, exactly, because everyone's got different tastes.
That dish that your mum makes, and you get her to write down the recipe, and you get it, but it still doesn't taste like the one your mum.
Exactly.
I like that. I love the tension in that. I think it's really cool.
I agree.
That's nice, isn't it? Right. Should we get on to these general knowledge questions?
Yes.
I know how excited you are, because everyone gets excited when it comes to this.
My competitive streak is in full force.
Right, well, you can start it by telling me how many keys does a classic piano have?
88.
88, well done, yeah, you're right, correct. How many dots on a pair of dice?
Sorry, say that again.
How many dots are on a pair of dice?
Oh, shit. 15, 18, 20, 21, 42.
42, congratulations, you're right.
Yeah.
2 out of 2 ain't bad, eh?
Hey?
You're right, mate.
2 out of 2 is not bad. What is the Italian word for pie?
Ooh, I should know this one.
Nothing to do with Italian, just pie.
You said pie. Blimey, pie.
I think if we don't know, we should just say pie.
Is it calzone?
No, close though.
It's a pizza pie.
Pizza pie, yeah.
It's pizza pie.
True.
Pizza pie. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
We'll go calzone.
No, can't give you that, but it's a pizza.
Oh!
Yeah, I heard you say pizza pie, that's amore. But it's the wrong answer that you give me, so I can't take it.
I was taking the piss.
Yeah. How many stripes are there on the USA flag?
13.
Well done. Oh, you're not too bad, are you, here? But I've got to take that away from you. Well, no, you can have that, but this next question, you're not going to get. What does orthogonal mean?
Orthogonal?
Yeah. Oh, you sound like you know it.
When it's a you know, don't you? It's a view. Orthogonal is like it's like a 90-degree thing.
Well done. Well done. You know what? I think you're the only band right now that's actually got that right.
Yeah.
It's working with 90 degrees. Yeah, right angles. Well done. What do you do for a job? Are you a carpenter or something? How did you know that?
I'm an architect.
Oh, well, there you go then. There you go. That explains it. What is a female elephant called?
Ooh. Barbara?
No. Barbara.
Ow.
Yeah. Cow, yeah.
You're right, it's a cow. Yeah. You're not doing too bad at this, are you?
Yeah,
I know, we're all
we
right.
only look stupid. We
How many bones are there in the adult human body?
3, 4.
Hang on, can you give us about 20 minutes?
Yeah, your head bone's connected to your neck bone. Yeah.
Yeah. 126.
All right.
Is that what you're going with? Well, you can add 100 on and take away 20, and it's 200. It's 206. Yeah. Now this is the interesting one. Let's see how clever you are for this. Somebody got this. Go on.
I've only actually got one leg. So,
Have you?
so that makes me about right.
But actually, if you'd only got one leg, just take 4 bones out. You'd still got like 202.
Come on, there's loads of bones in the toes and the foot. Come on.
Little ones.
The metatarsals.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right about that. Okay.
We give up.
Right, what is a question mark followed by an exclamation mark called?
I don't know.
Simon knows this, but if you could just give him about an hour.
Yeah, fine. You can call me. You can phone a friend if you want, or you can ask the audience.
He's on it. He's gone round.
Come on, Si.
Come on, Si.
We all believe in you. I mean, well, if you get it right, we believe in you.
It's gone.
Now it's gone.
I don't know.
Maybe an exclamation.
So it's called an interrobang.
That's what I just said.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah? I thought so. I never doubted you for a moment. Right, you ready for this? What does the symbol HE stand for on the periodic table?
It's called
Helium. It's helium. Now, you've each got to do your best helium voice.
Sorry, you're right there. Sorry, just give us a minute. Joe seems to be having some kind of attack.
I think we might need to hose the sofa off.
I remember actually years ago doing a wedding gig, and after everyone had gone, we were just drunk and playing with the helium balloons. And we were doing Papa Was a Rolling Stone in 3-part helium harmony.
Helium harmony.
I like that.
You were there. That's amazing. Like a chipmunk.
Right, for a bonus question, are you ready for this? Yeah. How many elements are in the periodic table?
I was going to say 26.
No,
it's more than that.
No,
yeah,
it's like
52, isn't it?
No, I think it's more than that.
Don't let me answer anything because I'm thick as shit. So.
That is true, yeah.
Thick as SH.
Yeah, that's SH2.
SH2. Alright, I think it's more than that, but if you have some kind of idea,
I don't know, 52.
So it's 118.
That's what I said, 118.
Yeah, I never doubted you for a moment.
Yeah. It started so well, do you notice? As always, we started strong and then peter off.
It's like every gig we ever do.
Well, you've not disgraced yourself. You've got one more question and you've done really well.
Come on then.
Okay, you ready for this? This is the big boy question. In the rhyme, how many mice were blind?
It's just 3, isn't it? But wait.
Hang on, really. It can't be 3, yeah.
That seems 2, 3. She's 3 blind mice.
Right, so 3 blind mice. Now you've got to sing it as a group, collectively.
3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. See how they run. See how they run.
I love that, and you know what? I think you should release that as a bonus track on your album.
We're already on it, mate. Yeah.
Honestly, I can send you the audio. It's no problem. You can have it from me, and that's going to be my new ringtone, I think.
Yeah, I should hope so too.
And when they ask, when they say, who's this from, I'm going to say, just a group of old dads in the pub, like, you know, having a good old jolly.
Hey, less of the old.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We sound like Fisherman's Friends, didn't
Yeah.
we?
Well,
Yeah, just worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, it's been great chatting to you. I've got your tracks. And also, if there's any way you want to play up here, just knock me a message. Just send me a message.
And when you do the podcast, can you just mention the EP? It's the Beautiful Trauma EP. It's out now on all your digital platforms, or you can buy the CD through our Facebook and all that. If you could just
Absolutely, yeah. I'll tag all your socials in there. I won't shortchange you, don't worry. And what are your upcoming gigs? What have you got planned over the winter?
So we're at the 100 Club in London, which is really exciting. Legendary venue. Supporting some friends of who are we supporting that night?
Connor Selby.
That's it.
And when's that?
27th of September.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're playing. So some lovely lads called Hunted by Elephants, who are some friends of ours, supported us down at the Red Lion, which is our hometown.
Yeah, in Gravesend, isn't it, Leo's? Is it?
Yeah. So we're then kind of returning the favour, and we're supporting them at what's it called? Demo.
The Dublin Castle.
The Dublin Castle. Another legendary venue in Camden.
Nice.
So we've got that coming up as well, and kind of our end of year gig is back at Leo's the Red Lion, our spiritual home, on the 25th of November.
Okay, cool.
So we've got 2 good gigs to finish the year off, and we'll be in the studio getting some new music recorded to hopefully get the full album out in the early part of next year.
Yeah, well, I'm dead excited. I can't wait, because what I've heard, from just the brief bits of tracks you've sent me, it's pretty cool. I'm excited, I must admit.
We're having a whale of a time, and we're making music that we're happy with. So when other people are enjoying it, that's the icing on the cake.
Absolutely, and you know what? You come across as such a good group of lads, like friendship-wise. You seem like a really tight bunch. Well, yeah, love to hate each other. But, it's been a right laugh, and I'm sorry for encroaching on your hot tub party.
That's all right, mate.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll just leave now. If I leave now, I might be down there in about 4 hours. Right, I'll leave you be. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you at some point. All right, guys?
Take care.
Take care of yourself. Bye.
Falling star, put it in her hand, only gets you so far, dreaming in this troubled land, dreaming in this troubled land. Ooh, my dreams come reality. You choose, you can trust them with your heart, keep them close and you won't lose, whether near or miles apart.